The European Union is expected to reach a decision on sanctions within weeks. Iran could be cut off as early as next month, Scott.
Anthony, thanks very much. The White House thinks that the economic sanctions already imposed against Iranian banking and trade are beginning to bite. For example, the value of Iran's currency has dropped about 20%. There are some food shortages, and a basket of groceries in the capital, Tehran, that cost $73 in 2010 runs about $144 now. Syria's dictator is ignoring that UN resolution that called on him to step down. Today, Bashar al-Assad kept up his attacks on his own people. This is the city of Homs, devastated after 2 weeks of shelling. Assad seems intent on crushing the year-old rebellion against his family's 40-year dictatorship. One of the few American journalists who's risked his life to report from inside Syria died there yesterday. The New York Times' Anthony Shadid apparently suffered an asthma attack. His photographer, Tyler Hicks, carried his body over the border into Turkey. Shadid also worked for the Washington Post. He won 2 Pulitzer Prizes. He was one of America's best foreign correspondents with a keen eye and a beautiful way with words. Shadid was 43. There was something remarkable and rare at the Capitol today. Compromise. Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate voted to extend the Social Security payroll tax cut for the rest of the year and renew long-term unemployment benefits. Both parties had to give up something. Maybe it was the certainty of an election year that moved them. Wyatt Andrews is at the Capitol tonight. Wyatt?
Scott, the most important provision of this deal is a Social Security tax break for 160 million American workers. The average tax cut, $1,000 per family. The tax cut was also item number 1 on President Obama's jobs agenda. The president gave Republicans backhanded praise for cutting the deal.
It is amazing what happens when Congress focuses on doing the right thing instead of just playing politics. This was a good example, and Congress should take pride in it.
Republicans fought the tax cut for months because it wasn't paid for, but that was hurting them politically. And as Michigan's Fred Upton explained, they realized most workers needed the help.
It's not the way to fix the economy, but we need to do it now to offer a measure of relief to those in need.
But Democrats also compromised things by agreeing to cap unemployment benefits. The benefits, which vary by state, have been available on average for up to 93 weeks, but the deal sets a new cap of 63 weeks. The bottom line on the bill adds $89 billion to the deficit and has anti-deficit Republicans like Alan West in disbelief. What happened to the Republican opposition that said no more deficit spending?
I think that what happens is the D.C. echo chamber that gets out and says, just do something. Just get it done, get it off the table, even if it's bad.
And here is a measure of that election year pressure. Scott, of the 89 House Republican freshmen, most of them elected on anti-deficit platforms, 58 of the 89 voted for this deal.
Wyatt, thanks very much. Using brain scans to detect autism in children as young as 6 months. How Google secretly tracked iPhone users. And tornadoes on the sun when the CBS Evening News continues.
That right there reminds you why you fell in love with her in the first place and why you still feel the same. But your erectile dysfunction, that could be a question of blood flow. Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat EDA and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medications and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Dr. about Cialis for daily use in a 30-tablet free trial. Where's your road to happiness? What if the first step on that road is a little simple? Delicious Camel soups fill you with vegetable nutrition, farm-grown ingredients, and can help you keep a healthy weight. Camels, it's amazing what soup can do.
Every day, thousands of people are choosing Camel. Report story.
Spain doesn't have much of a place in my life. I checked the schedule and it's not on it.
You never know what to do. Well, most people went on one side of my life and they see me on stage and they think that is who I am. There's many others to everybody everywhere. Singer, songwriter, philanthropist, father, lots of juggling act. When I have to get through the pain, I know where to go. Take action. Advil.
Saving people money on mortgages are
If you have high blood pressure like me and get a cold, you need cold medicine with a heart. Only Cold Season HCP has a heart right here. It's the only cold medicine brand that won't raise your blood pressure. Cold HCP. Powerful cold medicine with a heart.
Scientists may have found a way to spot autism in children earlier than ever before. The promising new research involves brain scans and is reported today in the American Journal of Psychiatry. Dr. John LaPointe tells us what it all means.
Children with autism are rarely diagnosed before the second year of life, but scientists have wondered if problems in the brain start earlier. 92 infants were followed from 6 months until age 2. All were high risk because their siblings had autism. 28 were diagnosed with the disorder. Researchers noticed differences when they looked back at the brain scans. Dr. Joseph Piven led this study.
During infancy, it's a time when the infant is organizing their brain, the wiring is rapidly developing. We were able to detect changes in that wiring or differences in the wiring by 6 months of age in those children that went on to develop autism.
This special type of MRI scan shows the development of 15 different circuits in the brain. More developed nerve connections are in red, less developed in blue. The pattern is significantly different in infants with autism.
It has great promise for early detection of autism, for early intervention of autism during a time either prior to the emergence of the symptoms or during a time when the symptoms are just beginning to unfold.
Early diagnosis is key because research suggests the symptoms of autism, problems with communication, social interaction, and behavior, can improve with early intervention.
John, what does this mean for parents?
So I think it would be a sense of relief for them because I've spoken to a lot of parents of kids with autism and they are up against it emotionally, financially. There's often a sense of guilt. It's something I did after the child was born. Well, this study shows the changes start so early, so they may have a sense of relief.
Important new work, John. Thanks very much. A surprise for iPhone users. Someone may have been watching their every move on the internet. That's next.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat until it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Sanitac. It's strong, fast, lasts more relief. So keep that heartburn heat. Sanitac.
Imagine facing the day with less chronic osteoarthritis pain. Imagine living your life with less chronic low back pain. Imagine you with less pain. Cymbalta can help. Cymbalta is FDA approved to manage chronic musculoskeletal pain. One non-narcotic pill a day, every day, can help reduce this pain. Tell your doctor right away if your mood worsens, you have unusual changes in mood or behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Cymbalta is not approved for children under 18. People taking MAOIs or thyroidazine or with uncontrolled glaucoma should not take Cymbalta. Taking it with NSAIDs, aspirin, or blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Severe liver problems, some fatal were reported. Signs include abdominal pain and yellowing skin or eyes. Tell your doctor about all your medicines, including those for migraine. And while on Cymbalta, call right away if you have high fever, confusion, and stiff muscles, or serious allergic skin reactions like blisters, peeling rash, hives, or mouth sores to address possible life-threatening conditions. Talk about your alcohol use, liver disease, and before you reduce or stop Cymbalta. Dizziness or fainting may occur while standing. Ask your doctor about Cymbalta. Imagine you with less pain. Cymbalta can help. Go to Cymbalta.com to learn about a free trial offer.
Question: how can we grow our economy, increase energy security, and create 1 million new American jobs? Answer: safely develop oil and natural gas right here by expanding access onshore and off, tapping more than a century's worth of domestic natural gas, and developing Canadian oil sands for U.S. consumers. All that could put 1 million more Americans to work. Good news? Without question. Log on to learn more.
Ozzy, get to Nissan now. For President's Day bonus cash, through Monday only, this is Nissan Now. Get special pricing across our lineup. Sedans, trucks and SUVs, crossovers, plus 500 bonus cash on popular models. On Altima, lease it for $179. Visit ChooseNissan.com or see your local Nissan dealer today. Bonus cash ends Monday. Do it now.
Some members of Congress are calling for an investigation of Google for secretly tracking iPhone users all over the internet, even users who thought they had blocked that kind of surveillance. John Blackstone spoke with the man who uncovered what Google was doing.
Jonathan Meyer, a grad student at Stanford University, was doing research on internet privacy when he discovered the computer code that let Google bypass user privacy settings.
The list just goes on and on.
And if you went to these sites and thought you were there privately, you weren't.
That's right.
Most iPhone and iPad users access the internet through Apple's Safari browser, which automatically sets up a barrier to keep out tracking programs from third-party advertisers. Google found a way to secretly get through that barrier, letting the advertisers flow in and tracking information flow out.
The technology we were looking at, it involves taking what Google learned through organizing your information and using that to enrich their advertising content on non-Google websites.
Google's slogan, do no evil. Is this evil?
I think it raises questions about evil. I hesitate to give a bright line response on the evil or not. I think if evil includes negligence or gross negligence, then this is evil.
In a statement, Google insists the tracking codes it planted do not collect personal information, and that it didn't anticipate this would happen when it made changes to improve access to Google features on Safari. Tracking users' online habits is the most valuable information internet companies and advertisers can get. John Simpson, a consumer advocate, says user preferences and information are what Google is selling.
Don't think of yourself as Google's customer. You are Google's product.
And when you go online, do you turn all the privacy settings up full?
For sure. I think it's pretty absurd. You shouldn't need a PhD in computer science to be able to protect yourself.
Meyer says his research here at Stanford University shows that what we used to call spy